Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
What are we doing today?
We're talking about garden tours.
Let's talk about garden tours.
Because it's July.
Because it's July. Well, it's going to be July tomorrow.
Yeah.
And July is when garden tours start happening. Perfect time of the year, especially here in Minnesota. And one of the things you want to do is make sure you're prepared for the environment. And I don't think it's going to rain today. So I am going to put the umbrella. It might rain later, but I'm going to put the umbrella away. But I am going to keep the hat on just in case it gets too bright out here. So, all right, there we go. Okay, so I'm Tom Bellinger, Olmsted County Extension Master Gardener, Volunteer Chair,
and I'm Kelly Ray Kirkpatrick, Olmsted County Master Gardener as well.
And we are going to talk a little bit about what to look for when you're doing a garden tour, how to prepare. I mean, things like you need to make sure you have the right footwear. Make sure you have the right clothing
Why do you need the right
on.
Footwear?
Because it's a terrain. I mean, a lot of these aren't really handicap accessible. People have a lot of things like stepping stones, things we'll see here. But we'll also, the weather might dictate whether you're going to be wearing something warm or it's going to rain. Maybe have some protection from the sun.
Save the heels. Save the heels for an evening event.
Yep, save the hills. The other things you want to do is you want to stay on the paths. I mean, a lot of these are going to be private gardens. And so you want to stay in the paths. You know, they're pretty much understood, and there'll be guides there at most places to tell you where to go.
Yeah, garden attendants are usually at each location. And, you know, the important thing is these folks work really hard. Like Tom said, most of the gardens you'll attend on tours this year will be private gardens. And these people work really hard to maintain their garden and or to get it ready at the last minute for special things that might be highlighted in each particular location on the tour.
Yeah, things like tidbits and just little stories about what's going on or why something happened here on the garden or whatever. So so that's things to keep in mind. And also, they do have furniture. A lot of them have patio furniture, so it's not really there. Don't bring a sack lunch and just lounge there. But, respect it all. Respect their property. Plan ahead for restrooms and things like that but I think that's pretty much the basics if you're going to go on a tour. But you'll also be able to follow from your tour guides on what to do as well. So with that, Kelly, what are we going to do? We're going to walk through here an example of some...
Let's just walk through a garden and talk about some of the plants we see and some of the questions you might ask of the attendants or the owners themselves on a garden tour if you're happening to visit a garden tour this year. At the end of the video, we're going to give you a list of many of the garden tours going on in the area. I think we've got 5 happening in the next couple of weeks.
5 in the area, and of course, I think there's 3 kind of big ones in town, in Rochester.
Yeah.
So in Olmsted County. So we'll share that. So here we go. We're going to start flipping here, and then we're going to, let's see, go around. Okay. All right. I think I'm good. Let's see. Am I good? No, I'm not good. Okay. Nope, I got to flip again. See, they changed this. Okay. Flip. I don't know why it takes so long.
Well, maybe let's just start walking.
Gosh, really? Gosh, okay, let's start walking. All right. So here we are.
So one of the highlights of this garden right here that you can see are the rugosa roses and the boxwoods. And everybody maintains their boxwoods differently. So if you see boxwoods on your gardens or other formal areas in a garden, maybe ask what they prefer to do. Really finely hedged boxwoods can often get a virus, and it's difficult to maintain them in winter burn. So when you're considering maybe putting some of the plants that you see during the tour in your garden, you might want to make note of how they're maintained and what the folks do in that particular garden to take care of those particular plants. So let's keep cruising through here, Tom.
Cruising through in a different horizontal format, but oh, this is nice here. Look at this.
So a lot of folks choose to maintain their gardens in kind of a really relaxed fashion, or some people are more formal and more sparse. This particular garden uses a lot of curvilinear lines that mimic nature and the things that are around it, whereas some gardens are very formal and they're very rectilinear in how things are
Especially
how
those
things are
English.
kept.
A lot of English style gardens are very rectilinear and
Yeah, it just
square,
kind of
and
just kind of depends. Roadways, that kind of thing. Should we go up the stairs?
Sure. And
Okay.
I like the little stairway here. So
Yeah, you know, natural elements are sometimes features of gardens, but also pre-made cast materials are also a feature of many gardens. It's a lot more difficult to estimate labor costs and everything when you're building with natural materials than it is with pre-made materials, and they both give a different view too.
look at this.
Is that a turkey feather down there?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh gosh, that is a turkey feather.
Turkey feather. Look at the
Look at
sedum
that,
there.
cool.
Isn't that wonderful the way
It
it's
is
just blended in there?
It is. A lot of yellow in this garden going on right now.
Yep. I noticed that. Sometimes things that are blooming in your garden, it's all purple, then it's all white, then it's all yellow. So let's see. Oh wow, here's a nice little.
So architectural features are also a part of a garden. Sometimes people put them up new. And again, architectural features sometimes mimic the architecture that's in the garden, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just follies or things that are completely different and don't fit in with the architecture at all. Kitschy little crafty things that people kind of tuck in, like fairy gardens that kind of accent the hobbies of the owner, or even just their characteristics, the things they like to highlight. For instance, one of the things in this garden is a viewpoint down below, which is a river terrace garden and an arbor. So it's kind of fun to see different architectural elements that are in various gardens. And again, ask the owners what they think, how long they put it together, what were their ideas on why they created it, how difficult it is to maintain, and you know what they might change if they decide to do something completely different.
Yeah, that's a beautiful setting out there. Yep.
Do you want to
All right.
carry the camera now?
I'll carry the camera here.
Okay.
All right. We're heading down this
So
way.
should we go down the stairs now?
Let's go down the other side of the stairs. So it
Now,
looks
be
like.
careful on these stairs because the hose is out for watering trees right now.
Yep. Okay.
You want to go first?
Well, I'm trying to get us back to normal mode here. Okay. All right. Gosh. What's going on? Okay. Here we go. Footpath here. There we go.
So here's another staircase descending the other side of the hill of the garden we just went up. The garden we just went up has kind of an English cottage style, and this one is a little more reflective, a little more introspective, and it's got a slight Asian theme to it. Lots of perennials highlighted in this.
Yeah, lots
particular
of.
garden.
Look at the hosta
And
in here.
I
Yep.
want to point out the bottle brush buckeye here that's about to bloom. This is kind of a rare plant in
yes.
this area. A lot of folks don't have these, but this is one of your better shrubs for a wet area, a shady area. This is Aesculus parviflora, and it gets really incredible 16-inch blooms on it, 12 to 16-inch blooms in this particular location. And it's just a fun shrub to have. This has been nurtured along since I think 2009. And they are actually getting wider than they get tall. They get about 15 feet wide and sometimes about 12 feet tall. This chestnut
And then look
does.
at all this wonderful hosta in here. A lot of good varieties of color here.
Yeah, nice mixture of color, complementary,
Oh.
some chartreuse themes with the burgundy and the semisafuga here. That's a pulmonaria.
Pulmonaria,
Speckled.
lungwort. It's
Yep. We have a masterwort and a strantia there.
Oh wow, look at this. You got some Asiatic lilies here coming
Yep,
up.
and then a brunera. I think that's a Jack Frost brunera in that one there.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yep. Oh, and here's a thalictrum. He's already done blooming. The
Wow.
hydrangeas are just coming on. These gorgeous Troutman junipers that add a vertical interest and kind of give a little bit of a Mediterranean feel to the garden.
So it wouldn't be fun if everything bloomed all at once.
No, it wouldn't be fun if everything bloomed all at once.
But,
And
you know,
can
it could be
see-
amazing. It would be very
And
amazing.
you can see the irises still need to be deadheaded here,
Yep.
and the peonies need to be deadheaded. So this is a garden that's kind of in working form. It's the owners are still working on it, getting it prepped. And this is what you might see in some of the gardens. Or it's actually the work that's being done in the gardens before before the tour starts to get it prepped for the visitors on site.
And deadheading is important because a lot of them you can sustain. You can kind of extend the blooming season for them.
Yep.
So it's very important to stay on top of that if you've got a lot of blooming varieties in there.
So Tom, should we talk about when these tours are?
Let's talk about tours here. So let's see, I'm going to flip around here. All right.
So on Saturday, July 9th, the Hennepin County Master Gardener volunteers are holding their tour, and you can get a hold of them through Hennepin County, Hennepin County Master Gardeners. And then on July 12th, the Meeker County Master Gardeners are holding their garden tour. Also on July 12th, and then on July 16th, we have the Rochester Garden and Flower Club. They're doing a tour, and they're a local group. But also on July 16th, there's the 4th annual Backyard Bounty Urban Homesteading Tour.
That's kind of an interesting twist.
That's a really, really wonderful tour. It teaches about growing food. So it's urban homesteading. So you'll see a different kind of a garden there. And so both of those are on July 16th. You can go to the Facebook pages for Rochester Garden and Flower Club to learn more, or Backyard Bounty Urban Homesteading. It's a meetup group in Rochester. And both of those are on July 16th. And then on July 20th, we have our Olmsted County tour.
It's our big one.
The Tour of the Masters.
And we're back. It's been the last 2 years we did virtual tours.
Yeah.
Kelly and I were featured on one. We started focusing on our priorities, our 7 priorities. And we're going to do that again this year. We're going to visit 6 gardens, and we're going to be talking about priorities that we have in that. So where am I?
Where are you?
Where am I? So, yeah, we're all excited about that. We have pretty much our whole membership involved in this. You know, going to a garden, one of the important things is talking to the gardeners. And I think that's one of the things they say is plan ahead, look at the material. We'll be posting material on ours, both online and when you register or buy a ticket up early in advance. I think it's $10 per person. And
you can get them at Sargent's. You can get them online.
At the Arboretum.
The Arboretum website. And you can get them at the Farmer's Market.
I'm going to be there Saturday. I'm going to be there Saturday with a credit card terminal, and if you stop out, we can get you a ticket and get you all set up for that.
Yep, Saturday we're featuring our clean water growth team, so come and learn about Adopt a Drain and all of the ways you can keep your water clean and water wisely on Saturday.
And we'll be doing that for the next couple of summer Saturdays at the Farmers Market. But anyway, we hope to see you probably at several of these garden tours, especially Tour with the Masters. So with that, I'm about ready to take this hat off because it's not going to rain on me anymore.
It's a good costume. It's a good costume.
It's as good as I could do today. So with that,
hey everybody, rock your day.
Rock your day.